Good morning and welcome back to the final day of our conference here in Atlanta, Georgia. We hope you have enjoyed yourself, and last night we hope you got a chance to visit Atlanta for dinner. This morning we're going to be having a few awards, and then we'll reconvene the business meeting following that. So first up this morning, I'd like to please welcome Kevin Bowling, who he's from a past president from Michigan, and he'll introduce our top court Technology Solutions Award winners. That will be followed by Jeff Chappell, who will introduce our Outstanding Early Career Professional. Please welcome Kevin Bowling.
Good morning, everyone. For many years now, NACM has had a long history of promoting and recognizing and celebrating innovative court technology solutions that are actually implemented by NACM members. For several years, the awards were based on top 10 websites that were recognized, and more recently, the website awards have morphed into the Court Technology Solutions Awards. This has resulted in the sharing of many national and international technology solutions among NACM members. Once again, in 2018, the NACM Board of Directors approved the recognition of these court technology solutions and engaged the Joint Technology Committee to evaluate all of these award nominations. As many of you know, the Joint Technology Committee is made up of members of NACM, COSCA, the Conference of State Court Administrators, our CIOs, the CTOC organization, and the IGES Institute, which represents our industry partners. And we had 9 judges that were assembled representing each of these groups to help us out with this. Over the last few months, NACM received 18 specific nominations that came in from NACM members. These nominations represented in poundage almost 300 pages of forms and screenshots and a variety of things describing their individual projects. And the judges went through each of these with painstaking detail. The various criteria that were used to determine the winners and the honorable mention included a specific request for nominees to identify what areas of the NACM national agenda would be forwarded by these technology solutions. And there were a lot of interesting write-ups about those. In addition to the connection with the NACM national agenda, the judges were looking for cost-effective and high-value initiatives, application of innovation tools to transform the delivery of court services, collaborative solutions, data sharing and management, and the ability to replicate the technology solutions. And this last piece I wanted to emphasize because one of the things about these awards was not just to have technology solutions that have been thought about, but ones that have actually been implemented and are available to each of you as NACM members to look at for your court. And we would encourage you to take a look at all of the submissions, which will be posted on the NACM website following the conference. So, with that, what I'd like to do is move us to the next slide and mention our honorable mentions. There were several in this category that we would like to recognize. And for our honorable mentions, if we have somebody representing those courts, if you can join us down here at the front, we'd like to, after I make the announcements, provide you with a certificate of honorable mention and have an opportunity to capture your photo as well. So going down the list, the first one, we had a multi-jurisdictional juvenile justice data sharing model project from the 20th Circuit Court in Michigan. We have a statewide electronic warrant project from Maricopa County, Arizona. There was an e-notification project from the Administrative Office of the Courts in Arizona. virtual remote interpreting from the 9th Judicial Circuit in Florida, an instant notification system for domestic violence survivors from Hamilton County, Ohio, and a youth center project from the 20th Circuit Court in Ottawa County, Michigan, a calendaring online and indigent defense system from Travis County, Texas, and our international honorable mention came from the Office of the Judiciary from the Republic of Namibia, the Namibia e-Justice Project. So please join me in congratulating all of our honorable mentions, and if we have representatives from those courts, if you could please join me down here, that would be great. And then as we move forward, looking at our third place, second place, and first place winners, the third place for 2018 Technology Solutions Award is being awarded to the Judicial Branch of Arizona in Maricopa County, their juvenile department, for a juvenile access exchange system. And I understand we may have Sean Friend from Maricopa County that may be coming down to accept this award. And okay, very good. Congratulations. So fabulous. Thank you very much. Our second place 2018 Technology Solutions Award goes to the Florida State Court System for their Florida Courts Help application. And I understand that we have Tina White, who's the Chief of Innovation and Outreach, who'll be accepting this award on behalf of the Florida courts. So please join. Nicely done. And for our first place for the 2018 Technology Solutions Award, that award goes to Los Angeles Superior Court for their Justice Partner Portal. And this award is being accepted by NACM past President Michelle Oken. So please, again, I encourage all of you to take a look at these award nominations. There's a lot of tremendous information there. The nominees put a lot of work and effort into these projects, and there's something that we can learn from all of them. So let's give them another round of applause, and while we're doing that, I'd invite any of the honorable mentions to come on up here for a photo. Thank you.
Good morning. As Vicki stated, I'm here to present the NACM Award for the Early Career Professionals. And, excuse me, as part of membership chair, this falls under the membership, but this award is presented annually to recognize distinguished service and outstanding contributions to the profession of court administration and the judicial system by early career professionals. The selection committee considered all the outstanding qualities of nominees in making its recommendation, including exemplified professional proficiency, service to the profession, and service to the community, state, and nation. The individual must meet the following criteria: be a member in good standing of NACM, meet the ECP requirements of less than 10 years of experience, or under the age of 40. The recipient is a person who works reflect a dedication to the ideals embodied in NACM and its purposes. The rules and criteria soliciting nominations for the awards were circulated to all NACM members. So this year's winner was nominated by several of her peers. Quotes such as, "Her commitment to assisting self-represented litigation successfully navigate through the complexities of the legal system is apparent." Another quote was, "As a supervisor, she works tirelessly to ensure her employees receive continual support and guidance. Her energy, wisdom, and innovation is unquestioned as she continues to be an asset to the court. Ms. Reed is extremely personable and has a heart for the public that we serve. It was great pleasure to award the 2018 ECP Award to Ms. Emily Reed from Washoe County, Nevada." Emily was unable to appear this week, but her court is excited to present this in public and has been emailing me wanting to know when she will get it, to give it to her. So we'll be sending that out next week, and they're going to do a public ceremony for her. So thank you for that.
All right, congratulations to our award winners. Okay, easy for me to say. Okay, at this time, I would like to reconvene the business meeting, and there's the agenda for this morning's meeting. So our first order of the day is to complete elections. Robert's rules provide that if there is only one person nominated for each position, the president is to declare the nominees elected by acclamation. Therefore, nominations having been closed on Monday, and there being only one nominee for each position, the slate of nominees as presented is hereby elected by acclamation. Please join me in congratulating your new officers and board members. And at this time, Scott Griffith, past president, will introduce our new board.
I suppose we might have introduced them before we congratulated them, but it's my pleasure as outgoing immediate past president to introduce the members to our new board. So I'd ask, when I call your name, please stand. Hold your applause to the end if you would. As president, Paul DeLoche from Virginia. President-elect Will Simmons from Georgia. Vice President T.J. Bement from Georgia. Secretary-Treasurer Kathy Griffin from Michigan. Past President Vicki Carlson from Minnesota. Those are our officers. Now your directors. Julie Dybus from Arizona. Greg Lambard from New Jersey. Rick Pierce from Pennsylvania. Alice Roberts from Alaska. Jeffrey Sunakawa from California. And your new directors, Charleston Carter from North Carolina. Michelle Donovan from Arizona. Frank Hardister from Michigan. Tina Madison from Arizona, and Angela Van Schoik from Colorado. Congratulations again to you all.
Okay, at this time, we need to recognize our outgoing board members. And as I've said before, board work is a lot of work, but it's very rewarding, and you learn so much along the way. Not only do you learn a lot, but you become friends. You're with these people for long periods of time. Oh, there they are. Oh. Okay, so I really have appreciated their service on the board. The slide keeps advancing. You know who they are. But really, I'm appreciative of their service. All of these folks have really done a lot of work for NACM, and I've appreciated their friendship, and I think we've just had an amazing board to work with. So when I call your name, please come forward, and I'd like to present you with a certificate on behalf of NACM. Director Jeff Chappell, Director Kathy Griffin, Director Don Palermo, who cannot be with us today. She did receive her certificate last Saturday at the board meeting. And then immediate past President Scott Griffith. Please join me in congratulating them for their service and thanking them. Now, I know Kathy's still on the boards because she moved up, but you remember, all this happens beforehand, but she still moves up from a director to an officer, and we thank them. Okay, at this time, I will be introducing Carl Haid, who will give a few remarks this morning and then swear in the 2018-2019 Board of Directors. Carl Haid is the Executive Secretary of the Supreme Court of Virginia, a role he has served in since 2005. Mr. Haid has been with the Office of the Executive Secretary since 1982 and has served in many roles over the years. Please welcome Carl Haid to the stage.
Just a little bit taller than you, Vicki. Good morning. I hope all of you have enjoyed Atlanta and this conference as much as I have. I think your Education Committee and the Planning Committee have done an outstanding job. It's been incredible speakers, and I found it to be very informative and a lot of information to take back home. So if you please join me in thanking them with a round of applause. I'd also like to thank you for this opportunity to swear in your new board members. It's a special moment for me because obviously I get to swear in your new president, Paul DeLoche, from my office. Paul and I have a long history together. We have worked together for over 25 years in the Office of the Executive Secretary. We both began our careers at the Supreme Court in the IT department. Interesting enough, I was a programmer and Paul was a requirements analyst and also a systems trainer. Throughout the years, as the organization grew and opportunities presented themselves, Paul and I moved into different management positions, remained close colleagues and great friends throughout all of that. Just briefly, the State Court Administrator's Office in Virginia delivers its services through 11 different departments, and Paul runs the Department of Judicial Services, which is our second largest department, and probably has about 50 staff members supporting him. His department is responsible for providing technical support and management support to the 325 Circuit, General District, Juvenile Domestic Relations Courts in Virginia, as well as overseeing our Alternative Dispute Resolution Program, our Foreign Language Interpreter Division, and a number of other responsibilities that I constantly give him because I know they'll get done. So with all that, I obviously have not kept Paul busy enough because somehow he's found time to become an active member of NACM, found his way onto the board, now your incoming president. In addition to that, he's a certified faculty member of the National Center for State Courts Institute for Court Management. He serves on the ICM Advisory Board, and he went through all of the hard work and effort that it takes to become a fellow of ICM back in 2015. So Paul, once you finish your reign as president, I think I'm going to have to find more for you to do. Let me just say, during my 25 plus years of working with Paul, he has consistently distinguished himself as one of the top professionals in our office. He's always been a go-to person when you need to get something done. He's a true professional with an absolutely unmatched work ethic. and he's consistently looking at ways to improve the system as well as the delivery of services from our office. I know that Virginia has become a much better system due to people like Paul. He's an innovator and a thoughtful thinker and just a great person, as I'm sure all of you know. I could go on and on about Paul's accomplishments, but number one, I promise not to embarrass him because he is somewhat modest. And number two, I'm sure many of you, like me, have a flight to catch this afternoon. So let me just conclude by assuring you that you have selected a great individual to lead your organization this coming year. NACM will be in great hands, and I'm sure he will advance the organization during his tenure. I also would be remiss if I didn't thank all of you. I thank all of you for your leadership and all that you do in each of your individual courts. As a state court administrator, a lot of times I'm the one that gets the spotlight, if you will, but the real work's done down at the court level. And strong, effective management in each of the courts on the front lines of our judiciary is where it really happens. So I thank all of you for what you do each and every day. And again, I thank you for this wonderful opportunity to be here to swear in Paul, the other officers, and the rest of your board. And at this time, if the officers and the directors would come forward, I'll be happy to administer the oath of office. They weren't kidding about these lights, I tell you. I hope I can read this with the lights. Can't see. Is that everybody? Okay. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly affirm that I will support and uphold the principles of the National Association for Court Management, and that I will perform the duties of my office faithfully, impartially, and justly to the best of my ability. So help me God. Congratulations to your new board. And Paul, I hope I lived up to my promise of not embarrassing you.
Well, my last official day at this conference is to recognize our new president, Paul DeLoche. But before I do that, I just want to take a couple minutes and really say thank you to all of you for allowing me to serve as your president. Serving on the board has truly been an honor and a privilege and really a highlight of my career. Have had the opportunity to work with just some amazing people. I've learned so much along the way and have so many new friendships from across the country, so it's just been amazing work. I think the goal of any president is to leave the association in a better place than it was before. And I think with the help of the board and all of the committees, I feel really good about moving into the past president role. Is really a result of all the board's work and committee work. We have accomplished great things this year, including moving from a printed to an electronic court manager, thanks to the communications committee, developing a new and improved website, thanks so much to Jeffrey Sunakawa and Janet Reed, who've worked very hard on that. The new member onboarding that membership has been working on that really helps to acclimate and encourage involvement for new members right from the beginning of their membership. Really continued collaboration with national, state, and local associations that really helps facilitate an exchange of ideas. Resolutions that have come out of the governance committee that will help, hopefully, local courts work with their legislators and local communities. Live streaming and recording of these sessions that allows so many others who can't attend or afford these conferences to be able to watch from home. And then finally, the work that came out of the governance and the State of the Profession address. Now, we hope you've taken some time to complete that survey. It's really important for our profession, and I really hope you take the time. But really, a lot of work went into that State of the Profession address from the Governance Committee and the folks who worked on it, and it was very well done. And I think all of these accomplishments help to better position NACM going into the future. Serving on the board, like I've said, is really very rewarding, and I hope if you haven't taken a chance to get involved in some of our committee work, that's really a good place to start if you're considering a board position. So take some time, get on a committee, learn what's going on, get involved, and it's really the best way to meet people across the country when you come to these conferences. So again, you'll be amazed at what you'll learn along the way if you get involved in one of these board positions, and I think our new board members, you'll just be amazed at what you're going to accomplish. So with that, I sincerely want to thank you all NACM members for being engaged in all of the work you do on behalf of the association, and thank you for trusting me to lead the association. And now I'd like to recognize my good friend Paul DeLoche. Paul continues to work very hard, as Carl has said, in his home state, but he continues to work very hard on behalf of NACM. He's amazing. He has amazing ideas and commitment to achieve new heights on behalf of NACM. All of the slides that you've seen throughout the conference, and these were new this year, were really a result of Paul's hard work and determination. And he has really, as Carl said, really he works hard. He's got great knowledge and skills that he brings to NACM. All of his skills have really brought a heightened sense of professionalism to the association. I think he can accomplish anything he sets his mind to, and I'm looking forward to see what Paul will accomplish in the coming year. So, Paul DeLoche, congratulations on becoming the new NACM president, and I want to present you with the traditional NACM gavel, so if you'll come forward, please join me in congratulating Paul DeLoche.
Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, and oh, I have to hold it. Wait a minute.
And here's our new president, Paul DeLoche.
Thank you. And Vicki, before you step off the stage, as Vicki had mentioned, there has been a lot of accomplishments that have been made over this past year, and it's due in part by her leadership and the inspiration that she provided to all of us on the NACM board. So an appreciation, a small appreciation of, our support for you. I was wondering where this was. We just wanted to present Vicki with this vase, Vicki Roberts Carlson, NACM President 2017-2018. And again, she's been an inspiration to the board members and all of our members, and we thank her for what she has accomplished this past year, so thank you. Thank you. All right, well, thank you again, and I am just truly grateful for this opportunity to represent this incredible organization as NACM's president, and I am humbled by that position of NACM president, but more so because of the caliber of people that I will be working with and representing, and have the privilege to serve this organization that's comprised of individuals that do such important work, such ethical work, that are dedicated to upholding the rule of law and maintaining public trust and confidence is truly what makes this honor so meaningful to me. So just taking a step back, I have certainly a lot of people to thank for me actually standing here, and one is being Carl Haidt right here. As he had mentioned, we have worked together for well over 25 years, and he has provided me this, not only the support, but the encouragement to be involved in organizations like this. And it's leaders like him that put the faith in individuals like me to pursue these professional opportunities for professional growth that really go to his character as a leader and giving us that opportunity. So although, yes, I have been absent some, from the office, I appreciate his support and knowing that together we are dedicated to supporting the mission of the Virginia's judiciary. So, Carl, I thank you very much. And more so, as Carl had mentioned, you know, it's hard going over 25 years not becoming very close. And what I value more than just being Carl's, you know, direct report to him is his friendship. And we have grown close over the years, and we have been through a lot together. So I want to thank you, my friend Carl Haight. So thank you. I also want to thank family and friends and my Virginia colleagues who also supported me through my journey here, through the board, and again, serving as NACM's president. They too have provided, you know, the support needed. My Virginia colleagues are here, and I must say, as Carl had mentioned, yeah, I'm sure most of you would say this, but I think we have one of the best judicial systems in the country. And the support staff that I have in my department, the Department of Judicial Services, make me proud day in and day out. And they are the ones that, you know, provide me the opportunity to represent NACM while they are hard at work representing and supporting the courts all throughout the Commonwealth of Virginia. So thank you, and thanks all my Virginia colleagues, and I hope that I make you proud over this coming year. And I wanted to thank the court community. Many of you I've worked with over the years and on special projects, initiatives, from the national agenda to the development of the NACM core and the core curriculum, and the various partnerships that I've been able to form through my association with NACM, from the Michigan State University program, the Institute for Court Management, and certainly all the opportunities that were made available through the National Center for State Courts. So I thank all of them. And again, you know, this partnership has been terrific for me individually and professionally and personally, so thank you. And I'd be remiss by not mentioning all the board members that I have served with over this. I will be going on to my 9th year, and for those of you, and Vicki is encouraging people to join the board and maybe go to the officer track. It doesn't take this long to get here. And I think after this year, I'll surpass Jude for the longest tenure on the board. But I have to tell you, it's been the highlight of my professional career, and I have grown so much. So I appreciate all of you that have supported me and I've worked with over the years, and the great leaders that represented NACM as NACM presidents. Again, I have grown and learned from each and every one of you, and I value my experience and certainly our friendship. And it's opportunities like this to come to a conference that I have valued as part of my transition through the board. And my first conference was back in early 2000, and I was just overwhelmed by the wealth of education and the depth of educational programs and networking opportunities, and the knowledge and networking that has kept with me to this day. But on a more personal level, I'm not going to go back to childhood days, but when I started in the field of court administration over 25 years ago, I had a Virginia colleague that came to me, and this individual was a director of another department in our court system, and she at the time was leading what appeared to be the lone charge to improve case flow management and also enhance access to the courts for pro se litigants. And she approached me and she said, when I was actually put in the position, a management position, a leadership position, she said to me, you know, you have an opportunity, Paul, now to make a difference. And she said, I just have one question for you. How do you want to be remembered when you leave the court system? And so, you know, my answer then, and I remember it and the same today, is that I want to push the envelope. I want to challenge the norm. I want to develop programs, services, and initiatives to make the court system the best system that it possibly can be. And I remember her response to me. It was that, well, if you want to do all that, then you need NACM. So it was then that I joined NACM, and I realized that as court professionals, we're challenged each and every day to identify and implement initiatives that improve the court system, increase public understanding of the court system. So as NACM is coming upon its 35th anniversary, if you can believe that, next year, I just wanted to take a look back at why so many leaders and pioneers, such as my colleague, believed that they needed NACM, why I needed NACM, and why we needed NACM. So as the field of court administration was growing and becoming more specialized and diverse, and there was a recognition to identify the knowledge, skills, and abilities needed to be effective court leaders, NACM was there. As court professionals recognized the need for an ethical code of conduct to guide them in their daily activities in the court system, NACM was there. As court professionals were challenged in moving cases effectively and efficiently through our system, ensuring procedural due justice and equal protection, NACM was there. When court-based solutions were needed to address increases in self-represented litigants, NACM was there. And when court partners were seeking a framework and a foundation to develop an educational credentialing program to advance our field of court administration, NACM was there. And when court systems were challenged with the planning for, acquisition of, and project management strategies for technology-based solutions, NACM was there. And as new media was transforming the way we get information and how we understand the world, with many of us asking, how will this impact the court system? NACM was there. And as courts were challenged to consider re-engineering to improve court operations, NACM was there. And when court professionals look for tools and strategies to create a user-friendly court environment without compromising access to justice, NACM was there. And as court professionals understood the importance of having processes in place to prevent language barriers from intruding into the process of justice, NACM was there. And through recognition of ongoing demographic trends, revealing the need to better plan, develop, and sustain a comprehensive court guardianship program, NACM was there. And as the estimates of the number of people involved in the various types of trafficking continue to rise and the need to establish an appropriate response and role for state courts, NACM was there. And when court professionals realized the need to respond to social changes impacting those that come before the court system, NACM was there. So as court managers, we take on more responsibilities day in and day out. The demands are ever growing, and the National Association for Court Management recognizes the need for us to provide education and resources that help each of us meet those challenges each and every day. So the overall goal of NACM will continue over this coming year to be a member organization dedicated to educating court professionals, providing community, sharing information, and advocating on important court and justice system topics. This coming year, the NACM board will focus on our strategic plan and our strategic priority areas that will drive and guide our work over the coming year. We'll continue to focus on being the voice of the court administration profession. We'll focus on member engagement and learning what's important to each and every one of you and the courts around the country so that we can develop the programs, services, and initiatives to meet the court community's requests and needs. We'll also be focusing on our partnership to harness the strengths and ability to work together to solve problems that we all face. So in closing, we are all very fortunate to do work that really matters. And certainly the best prize that life offers is a chance to work hard at work worth doing. And it is a gift of life to do work that makes a difference. But because of our work is so important and can have a major impact on people's lives, it comes with great responsibility to make sure that we get it right. So what NACM has done over the years and what NACM will continue to do over this coming year is a reminder to me why I need NACM, a reminder to all of us why we need NACM, and why you need NACM. Thank you very much.